Hey, what's up guys? This is Jaunzemis. In today's video, I want to teach you about my style of game and how I pick up girls. Just need a moment to adjust here. So, you might wonder, if we're talking about PUA, pickup artist shit, and seduction, why do I have a chessboard? Chess is probably not something that's going to help you to pick up girls, right? Yeah, it will. I mean, if you're like a professional chess player and make millions of dollars doing it, or very tall and good looking, but for the most part, no, it won't. However, chess has some very specific similarities to the game, meaning the dating game. And the way that I like to play the game is, my style of game, if you don't know, is what I consider liquid, meaning do whatever it takes to get the job done. You don't want to just limit yourself to one type of style of martial art. You want to use multiple styles and do whatever it takes to win the fight, right? And so Bruce Lee says something, you know, be liquid, be like water. Okay, when you pour water into the shape of a pot, it becomes the pot, right? So in terms of game, every interaction with every girl is going to be different, and you've got to have the social savvy and the street smarts and the knowledge of the game in order to do the right thing, in order to get the sex from the girl. The other most important part of my game, besides being liquid and being versatile and being able to change up my style if needed, depending on the interaction, depending on the girl and her personality, is also to always seek out the path of least resistance, meaning to eliminate any unnecessary moves or any inaccuracies in my game in order to secure the lay faster, in basically the quickest, fastest, easiest way possible. The reason I have the chessboard here is I want to take you through what's called a scholar's mate, and this is how to checkmate someone in 4 moves. There's also another faster one called fool's mate, where you can checkmate someone in 2 moves. But I like the scholar's mate, and I have a meme that kind of goes along with it, so this will make a little more sense. So you got to understand that when you're running game on a girl, you have to remember that you always have to be focused on securing the lay. Getting the girl to lay on her back and getting your dick inside of her, that's the win. Okay, that's how you win the game. You get the sex from the girl. And the idea is you don't want to be going on all kinds of different dates. You don't want to be spending all kinds of money. You don't want to be taking the girl on 2 dates, 3 dates, 4 dates. Ideally, you want to have sex with her the first day that you meet her in the fastest, quickest amount of time possible. If it takes you 3 dates to fuck a girl, then that should tell you that your game isn't really that tight, because you probably gave it up to someone else in a lot quicker time, right? I bet the girl that you're dating, maybe you took her on 3 or 4 dates, you bought her dinner, $200 Olive Garden meals, and it took you 4 dates to have sex with the same piece of pussy that while she was on vacation in Ibiza, she probably hooked up with some dude in a club, in a bathroom. Within about 5 to 15 minutes of meeting him, they probably met on a dance floor, started making out. She sucked his dick in the bathroom, he bent her over the toilet, and he fucked her. So he didn't pay any money, he fucked her in about 15 minutes. Well, you're spending money taking this girl to $200 Olive Garden meals. It's the same piece of pussy at the end of the day. It's the same goal. It's the same sex. It's just that he got it faster. His game was tighter. You should be aiming to be this guy. So, for example, in chess, there's 8 pawns. I can move them 8, 16, and then I can move the 2 knights in 2 different directions. So, right off the bat, there's 20 different moves that I could start chess, right? I could move this move. I could move this move, I could move this move, I could move this move, right? There's 20 different possibilities. After that, there's 20 more possibilities from the other side of how they could counter it. And all of a sudden, it just exponentially goes bigger. There's more combinations in the game of chess than there are like grains of sand on the beach, I think is the estimate. Because it just keeps going on and on and on, depending on how you play the pieces. The point of what I'm saying is, in chess, the object of chess is to checkmate the opponent's king. It's to get the win in the quickest, fastest, easiest amount of time possible. The point of chess isn't to just like move the pieces in all different fucking directions. Just like with dating, it's not to take a girl on a bunch of dates. The purpose of dating is to get laid. It's to fuck the girl. It's to get the pussy. And the purpose of chess is to checkmate the opponent's king. Let me take you through what's called a scholar's mate. This is a checkmate in 4 moves. You can use it on your friends. It's really fun. It works on anyone who's a beginner in chess or usually under 500 rated. And let's say, for example, let's say you're playing white. White goes first. And black is like a new player, right? So what you do is you start with there's the king, and then this is the king's pawn, and you can basically just take your king's pawn and either move it to e3 or e4, right? So let's just go, going to e3 is even faster, so we'll just do that. And the reason this is so important is because what it does is it opens up the queen to be able to attack right off the bat, and also opens up the bishop, okay? So let's imagine black is a new player, and so they move this piece here. Now, you're like, I'm going straight for the checkmate. I'm not playing games. Just like in dating, I'm not trying to take the girl to Olive Garden and then take her out to an amusement park and then take her on another date to go walk in the park. I'm trying to fuck this girl. I want to meet her like on Tinder and get her back to my house and fuck her. Boom, game over. So what I do here is I take the queen, I put it on f3, and I'm attacking this f7 square. So now this person's like, oh, okay, I'll move out my rook. He's thinking he's going to come over here and attack. Well, I now move my bishop up here to c4. Okay, so now I have a queen and the bishop that are both attacking the f7 square. And what happens next, let's say, for example, he says, oh, I'm going to attack the bishop. He moves the rook over here. He's now attacking my bishop. Unfortunately, it's already over for him because I'm just going to take my queen, move it up right here to the f7 square, and it's checkmate, right? The king cannot run away. He has no place to move. He can't attack my piece because the queen is covered by the bishop, my wingman, right? And he has no pieces that can attack the queen, right? If he had this rook over here, he could attack the queen, but he's stuck. So it's checkmate in 4 moves. Game over, I win. So basically, I recommend that you adopt that type of mentality when you're dealing with women and dating, if you want to be successful. If you want to fuck lots of girls. So again, I could move here, and this guy could move here, and then I could move here, and then he could move here. And basically now we're just moving pieces all over the board. And that's how a lot of guys basically approach dating, is that they say, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go up and ask her if she wants to go out with me. And let's say she says yes, here's my phone number, right? That's kind of her response. And now you're like, what should I do next? Should I take her to the beach? Should I take her to the park to go on a date? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take her to fucking Disneyland. I'm gonna show her a great time, right? And the girl's like, okay, I'll get a free trip to Disneyland. And then the guy's like, oh, you know what? I'll buy her a dinner. Like, he's just moving pieces all over the board, just like he's just taking her on a bunch of dates without actually thinking, the purpose of this is to checkmate the fucking king. Okay, the purpose of dating is to get laid. So instead of just moving your pieces around, you should be thinking, if I move this here, I can get this here. He can block here, I can go here, I can go here. Okay? Does that make sense? In my book, How to Pick Up Hot Women, that's available on Amazon.com for just $6.99 for the Kindle and $19.95 for the paperback here, which is 600 pages long, with over 15 years of information, personal information on myself and how I fucked hundreds of different women in Las Vegas. I show you exactly how to do it all. I show you all the secrets in here for just 20 bucks. Basically, I have a process, okay? Kind of looks like this. I'll show you an overlay screen right here. And what I teach basically is the real techniques that actually get you real results with women, not just like new agey, woo-woo, feel-good bullshit. I teach you an exact process. I break it all down step by step. Looks like this. And once you learn what I'm teaching, you'll basically learn the path of least resistance of how to exactly meet a girl, whether it's at a nightclub or a bar or a coffee shop or online, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Facebook dating, Instagram, whatever, and basically be able to attract her, get her straight back to your house and get the sex without having to even take her on dates in the first place. You won't have to spend any money, you won't have to deal with any bullshit, and after you fuck the girl, you can either go a couple different ways. If you really like the way that she sucks your dick and you like the way that her pussy feels, you can make her your girlfriend, or you could just ghost her ass and move on to the next target and basically go back out and do it again and repeat the process over and over and over and basically fuck as many different girls as you want. Using the techniques in this book, if you want, you can fuck 150 new girls each year. See, I'm a really logical guy, and if you do the math and break it all down, if I fucked 1 new girl each week, there's 52 weeks in a year, that's 52 new girls at the end of the year if I fuck 1 girl each week. If I fuck 2 girls each week, That's 104 girls, 104 new pussies to fuck in just 1 year. If you fuck 2 girls a week. And if you fuck 3 girls a week, that's 156 girls a year. Imagine lining up 156 naked women, spreading their legs, and you get to fuck all of it. You're gonna feel like the man. And all that's possible with the techniques in this book. And of course, if you really want to apply yourself, if you're a guy who maybe doesn't have a job, who already is established and has money in the bank, doesn't need to work and can devote his entire life to this game, then you can easily fuck even more girls than that, even more than 150. I like to promise 150 because for the average man who works 40 hours a week and can only do this 2 or 3 days a week, that's reasonable. You can do that. But if you're a guy who's like a millionaire and doesn't have a job and can basically do this 7 days a week, you could be fucking 200, 300, 400 girls each year. New girls, like without ever having to take them on dates, without ever having to make them your girlfriend. You can just fuck them, you know, pump and dump, and then go ghost. Hit it and quit it. And now I want to share with you like more, I want to make this more personal, because what I teach to the average guy who just wants a girlfriend versus what I do in my own personal life and the way that I play the game is really 2 different things. Also, being a dating coach, a lot of people don't understand that, they don't even understand the purpose of a dating coach in the first place. You know, a lot of time, 99.9% of people, if I ask them what's the purpose of a dating coach, they'll say, I don't know, to give dating advice. No, it's to sell dating advice. This is a business. If I just gave away dating advice, then it's just a hobby. It's not being a professional, right? And so I'm selling dating advice. That's what I do as a job, right? So a guy says, I want a girlfriend. He pays me money. I provide him a solution of how to get a girlfriend. This guy over here says, I just want to fuck a lot of girls. He pays me money. I provide him a solution. That's basically my job. And I do that via Zoom coaching online or in person, where we go out to nightclubs and bars together, and I actually show them how to approach women and get phone numbers and convert those phone numbers into dates and convert those dates into lays. But a lot of times the guys will ask me and say, oh, Ryan, you're a dating coach. Where's your girlfriend? Look, I'm a guy with game. I don't have to just settle for one girl. I can have as many girls as I want. Okay, I can have a whole harem if I want. If you're a guy who doesn't have game and doesn't have any options, having a girlfriend, having one piece of pussy for you is a big deal. You could finally get laid, and that's great. Okay, congratulations. But imagine if you're a high-value man with game, then you have choice, you have options. You can go out, like, for example, I'm hanging out today as a dating coach. My job is to make this video, to get it on YouTube, to advertise my book. Hopefully you will buy the book. The money from this YouTube video, monetizing it, the money from selling the book, and the money from perhaps you buy a coaching session, all comes to the same bank account, mine, right? And with that money, I then pay my rent, okay? After my work day is done, after I make this video and edit it and upload it, if I feel horny and I want to go fuck a girl, I then put on a nice shirt. I can either go out to a nightclub and I can approach women and then get them back to my house for some drinks, watch a movie, and then fuck her on the couch, and then basically kick her to the curb, say, hey, I gotta work in the morning, so you gotta go, ghost her, right? And then tomorrow night I can do it again with a new girl. Or, if I don't even want to leave my house, I grab my phone, I go on Tinder or Bumble, find a girl, I match with her, I have my profile and my bio all set up with professional, high-quality pictures with aesthetic upgrades, making me look my best. And when I match with the girl, she likes the pictures, the bio helps to create the attraction, and then I eliminate the dating by just saying, what are you doing tonight? Do you want to kick it and watch a movie? Do you want to split a bottle of wine, right? Here's my address. The girl comes right to my house. It's like ordering a pizza. Okay, when you have game, all this is possible. I want to fuck. I want to get on Tinder, match with the girl, the attraction is there, get the girl to come straight to my house. I got a full stock bar. We have some Moscato over there. Maybe we have a couple glasses of wine. I put on a movie. I put on a music. We get things get hot and heavy. I take it physical. We have sex on the couch right there, my day bed. 9 times out of 10, I won't even take a girl to the bedroom because that's adding an extra move, right? Kind of like that 4-move checkmate I was showing you. We could do the exact same thing. For example, okay, here was the position. Let's say, for example, I added in an extra move, like that. And then I don't know, the guy moves over here or something like that. Now I can still get the same checkmate, right? If I take this square, I'm still covered by the bishop. It's still checkmate. But why would I add that extra move when I could have done it the way that it was before? Why would I add that extra move when I can get the win right here? Boom. It's magnetic. That's awesome. Checkmate, right? Why would I add the extra move? So if I'm with a girl here at my house and I'm making out with her on the couch and we're watching a movie and we're having some wine, why would I could pick her up and then take her to the bedroom and throw her on the bed and have sex with her and then kick her out. Or I could just fuck her right there on the couch, get a nut, get the win, get the checkmate, and then kick her out. And when I say kick her out, I don't mean I'm not being a jerk about it. I'm not being like a dickhead. I'm just like, okay, well, that was fun. I got to work in the morning. I'll give you a call. The girl gets her stuff. She leaves. If I have to, like, maybe get her a taxi or an Uber, that's fine too. And it's just that I don't usually, personally, I just don't call her back the next morning. Because like I said, I'm a man with options. I can go out tomorrow night and get a new girl, right? And that's another pussy that adds to my total score, adds to my trophy wall. Now let me share with you something about the path of least resistance. And this is a really awesome section of my book I'll share with you real quick. This is on page like 176. This is a cool little graph right here. And let me kind of describe what's going on. You can see it on the overlay. But for example, let's say I go out to a bar or a nightclub, right? And I may tell the girl, hey, you know, let's get out of here. Let's go. My friend's having a house party, okay? Now, a lot of guys will do that, and they'll take the girl from the club to the car. She's got to go from the club to the parking lot to get in the car. From the car, then you drive to the house party. But it's usually custom to bring something. If you're going to a house party, you should at least bring a bottle of liquor, some beer, some chips, right? So generally, as you get the girl into the car, most guys will end up going to the liquor store, okay? This is an unnecessary move. I like to call this inaccuracy. Just like in chess, if I made an extra move, rather than just going for the win, it's an inaccuracy in your game. Just like getting the girl in your car and then saying, oh, let me stop at the liquor store to go get a bottle of, you know, vodka or something to bring to the house party. That's an extra move that you don't need to add into your game. It's inaccuracy. So the idea is that before you go out to the nightclub, if you're planning on this type of game, you should already have a bottle of liquor in your car. That way you meet a girl at a club, you say, we're going to go to the after party, you get the girl in your car, and the bottle of vodka is already in your trunk of your car, so you just drive straight to the house party, open your trunk, the vodka's already there, and the two of you go to the house party, you guys have some drinks, and you fuck in one of the guest bedrooms. Boom, and that's where you get the checkmate. Or the other option is, for example, you get to the house party, you guys have some drinks, and then you decide, hey, let's go back to my place, okay? You get in the car, and you go back to your place. All these are extra moves in your game, and if you think about it, the most optimal move is eliminating the house party and the beer, and just having a full stock bar at your house. So if you meet a girl at a club, then you say, hey, there's an after party going on, you know, I got a full stock bar in my place, party, chill out. You just basically take the girl from the club to your car to your house, and that is the after party. Even though it's just the two of you, and she doesn't care, if she's having fun with you, it's all good. You already have liquor at your house, then you guys just keep drinking, and basically you could fuck her right there on the couch. Again, you don't have to take her to the bedroom because that adds an extra move. It's inaccuracy, it's not necessary. So like I said, in my style of game, I always like to seek the path of least resistance. How can I get to the win? How can I secure the lay? How can I fuck this girl in the quickest, fastest, easiest way possible? Without spending any money, without taking her on a bunch of dates, without spending hours with her talking on the phone. We want to get the girl basically either off the Tinder app and into my living room, or we want to get her out of the nightclub back to my house. That's how the game is played. Now, sometimes the girl will give you resistance. Let me show you something real quick. This is a really cool game I played. Same type of move, same type of scholar's mate, but the opponent blocked one of my moves and I had to make an adjustment. Kind of just like in real life, for example, sometimes a girl will throw up an objection. Now, a lot of guys might hear an objection, like a girl says she has a boyfriend, or she says, you know, I don't know if I can tonight, I'm kind of tired, or anything like that, and they will they basically see that as a hard no, which is just, it doesn't work that way, okay? A lot of girls sometimes throw shit tests to test your congruency as a man, to see if you really want it. A lot of times, sometimes a girl will say she has a boyfriend, and she may legitimately have a boyfriend, but she's ready to cheat on him, but she's just looking at you saying, I don't want you to be my boyfriend. I would fuck you. But you clearly don't make enough money to take the place of my millionaire boyfriend. For example, if the girl's dating a guy who's like owns a yacht and a millionaire, but maybe he's not that good looking, and you are, let's say, tall and good looking, she'll fuck you, but she knows that you live at your mom's house, so she's like, I'm not going to trade up my man for you. So she will say, I have a boyfriend. She's just basically throwing up an objection. Kind of like a guy who runs the hurdles. The whole point of the hurdle race is still to cross the finish line. It's just that there's a bunch of hurdles in the way, and you got to figure out how to jump over it and keep going. So as you're talking to the girl, maybe she says, I have a boyfriend. Well, you say, I wasn't trying to be your boyfriend. I just thought you're cool. I wanted to get to know you. That's just jumping over that hurdle. Now the girl says, okay, he's not trying to be my boyfriend. I can fuck this guy, and I could still keep my boyfriend. So I'm not going to lose the current option that I have. My millionaire boyfriend who owns a yacht, and this guy who's like, he's cute, he's tall, he's good looking, he's got tight game, he's interesting, he says interesting things. I want to fuck him, but I don't want to leave my boyfriend. How do I tell him that? Oh, I'll just tell him I have a boyfriend. Right? So the girl's thinking like, how do I tell him I like him, but I should just tell him I have a boyfriend. She says, I have a boyfriend, and you just basically jump over that hurdle. You handle that objection by simply saying, oh, I wasn't trying to be your boyfriend, or oh, I'm not trying to be anybody's boyfriend. I just thought you were cool. I wanted to get to know you. Now the girl says, okay, cool. He doesn't want anything from me. He's not trying to replace my current boyfriend, who's a better option. So I'll hang out with this guy and I'll fuck this guy. I'll go back to his house and we'll fuck, and then when we're done, I'll go back to my boyfriend. So you got to understand that handling objections is actually a huge part of the game, which I go through all in the book. I have a whole section on how to handle objections. I give you all of the major objections that any girl is going to give you. I have a boyfriend. I don't feel comfortable. I don't have sex on the first date. I don't give guys my number that I just met. All of these things will come up, and it is your job as a pickup artist and a master seducer to know the most optimal response and basically be able to regurgitate that back to her to essentially jump over that hurdle and keep going. The girl says, I have a boyfriend. Well, I'm not trying to be anybody's boyfriend. I just thought you were cool. I want to get to know you. And the girl goes, okay, cool. And then after that objection, maybe she'll say, yeah, I would like to hang out, but I'm kind of tired. So you basically copy and paste her response and give it back to her. Yeah, I'm kind of tired too. Why don't we just hang out for a little bit, right? Jumping over that next hurdle, and you keep running the race. Okay, so it's very much like in the game of chess. Let me go back to that position real quick. So first I come out pawn to e4. He responds with his pawn. I bring out my bishop. He brings out his bishop. I pull out my queen to set up the scholar's mate, but he blocks it with the knight. So that's just like a girl who's throwing up an objection. All I have to do is jump over that objection. I replace my queen, creating a queen-bishop battery. I check his king with the bishop, and then I bring in the queen with a checkmate. Okay, again, the king cannot take the queen because she's covered by the bishop, my wingman, right? The king cannot run away because he's still in check, still in check, still in check. And no other pieces can take the queen. Okay, the queen is stuck here, she can't take me. That's it, it's checkmate, it's game over. So this is reminiscent of saying, I was setting up for the win, but then all of a sudden the opponent threw a blocked me with the knight. So all I had to do is kind of, am I going to just stand there and go, oh, I don't know what to do now, right? That's what a lot of guys do. A girl throws up a boyfriend objection. I have a boyfriend. Then the guy's just basically, it's like in chess, he would just, would you just resign in the chess? Oh, the block me with the knight. All right, it's game over. Checkmate. Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that, okay? You just jump over the objection, you just handle the objection, and then you continue moving the interaction forward towards the lay. And like I said, that's going to happen multiple times during the interaction. You're going to be talking to a girl, and then she's going to say, oh, I have a boyfriend. You've got to know how to handle that objection. The girl is going to say, yeah, I don't know, I just met you, I don't feel comfortable yet. Okay? The girl might say something like that, and you need to know how to respond. The girl says something like that, I don't feel comfortable with you. I like to take it to the absurd. I kind of take her response and I twist it, and I'll say, yeah, you know, I am wanted by the FBI. If you're going to hang out, you probably need to bring your AK-47. In fact, you know, you should bring like 10 AK-47s and some nunchucks, right? And I just take it to the absurd, and the girl will be like, oh, okay, because obviously if I was like some kind of serial killer or whatever like that, I'm not going to say that kind of response, I'm not going to joke around with it. And as soon as she hears that, she's going to be like, okay, this guy's cool. I'll hang out with him. So again, she's thrown an objection, and I've handled it, and I've kept pursuing forward. Now, like I said in the book, I break all of this down, and I show you exactly how to handle all of these objections. All you have to do is read the book and copy and paste. So like I said, here we go, page 365. I break down all of the major objections that any girl is going to give you. And like I said, I've been doing this for over 15 years, so I've heard them all. And I give you the most optimal response for exactly what to do in order to handle the objection and keep moving it forward. All you got to do is copy and paste. It takes all the guesswork out of it. You don't have to think anymore. Just use the book for reference. That's why it's good to buy the physical copy, so you can sit and you can read it and you can actually look at all the charts. And also buy the Kindle so it's on your phone for quick reference when you're in field. So if you're dealing with a woman and you're like, oh, what do I say? You can jump on the Kindle real quick, check exactly the response that you need, handle the objection, and then keep moving the interaction forward towards securing the lane. So again, back to my style of game personally, again, the way that I play the game. I mean, I don't recommend this to everybody because a lot of guys, they want relationships. They want to find a wife and live happily ever after, and that's fine. I help my clients out with that and help them to find girlfriends and wives all the time. It's just not for me. I've already done that. I've been there, got the t-shirt, and I have lots of girlfriends. I've been married, gotten girlfriends where it gets to be an engagement. You know what? It doesn't work for me personally as an entrepreneur, as a dating coach who likes to fuck lots of different chicks. Okay? It doesn't work for me. So relationships, cohabitation, anything like that really just brings down my style. So I consider myself like a MGTOW, like a level 1, level 2 MGTOW plus PUA, right? So I live a life where I do my own thing. I focus on becoming the best version of myself. I'm always working to improve myself. And when I get horny, I go out and I use PUA techniques to fuck a girl, okay? And then after I'm done, I usually just go ghost. Basically, I give her some D and then I send her on her way, right? I like to keep my money in my pocket. I don't like to take girls on a bunch of dates. And I don't need a girl there after sex to cuddle and talk to her because most girls don't have much to say, okay? Most girls, like the things that I'm into in life, soaping, rollerblading, playing chess, like I don't know many girls that are going to sit and have a discussion about soaping with me. I don't know how many girls I'm going to be able to talk to about how to, true spin Mizu a fucking ledge, right? That's stuff I'm going to talk with my guy friends about. But most girls, at least the women of today, modern women, they don't have much to offer in terms of conversation or talk about other than like their favorite color of lip gloss or what filter they like on TikTok, right? I don't really care about that shit, okay? Personally, I'm in love with my work, so I need to get laid, right? I like to use a girl for a quick pump and dump, and then I want her to leave so that I can go back to work, to making YouTube videos, to working on developing my dating coaching business, to sit down and play chess. I like to go rollerblading, I like to go soaping, I like to go do all of these other things, right? I'm into fashion modeling. I'm about to be starting a 200-hour yoga teacher training course, okay? Like I have a lot of shit that's going on in my life, and a woman will only bring me down, right? I have a lot to offer in terms of what I could bring to the table in a relationship as a high-value man. I know what's in my bank account. I know the lifestyle that I lead. I know what I can offer a woman, but most women can't match me. It's like, what is in it for me? Does that make sense? I've dated girls, for example, that know I'm a pickup artist or a dating coach, and they know that I go out and I do my thing and fuck different girls. But even though a lot of them will say, oh, I'm okay with it, I understand, I still sense some levels of jealousy, which in turn can basically, destroy the relationship down the road. It's just not worth my time. Like I would rather just use a girl for a pump and dump and then go back to doing what I'm doing. Being like exclusive with a girl is kind of like eating the same food every day, 3 times a day for every single meal. Like I love a pepperoni pizza, but I'm not gonna eat pepperoni pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner Monday through Friday, 7 days a week, fucking 30 days a month, 365 days a year. Okay. I need variety. I might want a fucking ham sandwich. I might want an omelet. I might want some fettuccine alfredo. I gotta switch it up. I like variety. Okay, so it's good sometimes to have one primary girl, and then have some side chicks, right? I like to call that a rotation. So I can have a primary, a secondary, a third main chick, and those may be the girls that I hang out with and spend the most time with, and then a couple other side chicks that I hook up with every now and then. But still, I don't like to be exclusive and basically commit myself and all my resources to just one girl. Because again, I know what I bring to the table, and that's a lot. But what does she bring to the table? What's in it for me, right? I can take a girl traveling. I can swipe my credit card right now, get first class tickets, and be anywhere in the world, and take a girl with me, and I can offer her that. Is she going to do the same for me? Is a girl going to swipe her credit card and get first class tickets for me and her and have her take me to an exotic island, right? I can take her traveling. Is she going to take me traveling? I can buy her cars, clothes, and jewelry. Is she going to buy me a car, buy me clothes, jewelry, pay my rent? What if I decide to say, okay, I'm a six-figure earner, so part-time, by the way. So let's say, for example, I decide, you know what, I don't want to work for 6 months. Why don't you pay the bills? Right? I can do that for her. If a girl moves in with me, I can cover all the rent and the expenses. I'm a man with money, right? Is she going to do it for me? What does she bring to the table? Okay? If I say, you know what, I don't feel like working for 6 months, why don't you cover the bills, honey? Is she just going to gladly pull out her credit card and go, okay, I'll pay the rent for the next 6 months and I'll pay all the food? Right, guys do that for girls all the time. They cover all the rent, all the bills, the expenditures. But what does the girl bring to the table other than sex? Okay? You ask a girl, what do you bring to the table? All of this. All of what? What, do you lay on your back better than the next girl? No. Like, I'm a man with game and money. I can get sex anywhere I want. Any time of day. I live in Las Vegas. It's a 24-hour city. It's 3 in the morning. If I want to go out right now and meet a girl at a club and take her back and fuck her, I can do that. I can go get sex. I'm a man with game. I know exactly how to approach girls. I know how to get their phone numbers. I know how to convert phone numbers into dates. I know how to convert dates into sex. I can get sex anywhere I want. What do you bring to the table? What's in it for me? Right? Other than your pussy. Other than what you look like. Are you going to cook for me? Are you going to clean? Are you going to provide kids? Or do I have to deal with your bullshit and your drama? Right? How are you going to make my life better as a high value man? Are you going to help me with my business? Are you going to, what are you going to do? Right? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. The women's, baggage and drama, all the stuff that comes along with the pussy that they bring, usually isn't worth it. That's why it's better to just fucking use them for a quick pump and dump than go ghost. So like I said, when I'm teaching this stuff, I can teach you how to just pack your calendar full of dates so you can date 3 different girls a week. I can teach you how to fuck 150 or more girls a year. I can teach you how to get 1 girlfriend. I teach all that stuff, okay? But what I do in my own life, personally, I just like to go out and get laid when I feel like it. When I'm horny, I put on a shirt, and like I said, I follow the method that I teach in my book. I either meet a girl online and get her back to my house and I fuck her, or I go out to a nightclub and I get her back to my house and I fuck her, or back to her house, or any other place of full isolation is what I like to call it. But any place, in the backseat of a car, in a public toilet. A lot of times in Las Vegas, you meet a girl on a dance floor, you start making out, and then you just take her to a toilet and you fuck her right there. It takes about 5 to 15 minutes. And after you're done, after you come, then you leave, drop her back off with her friends, give her a hug, hey, I had a good time, and then you go back out for seconds. Sometimes I like to go down to Fremont Street, and if you go on Groupon, you can get these like $22, sometimes $18 hotel rooms, and on the second floor above Fremont Street Experience. And basically, that's kind of your home base. That's like your goal. That's the place where you get the checkmate. And then you just basically go downstairs, or you go to the the D. There's a nightclub over there, bar and stuff like that. And you can just basically meet girls and approach them, take them back up to your hotel room right there, which takes like just literally a couple of minutes. You fuck them in the hotel room, and then she leaves, and then you can go back downstairs. I call it going out for seconds. And then you go out and meet another girl, and you bring her back upstairs, and you fuck her. Sometimes it takes a couple hours because guys have to. They get empty. We have to recharge. We're not lucky like women who can experience, multiple orgasms and just like, right? it's tough, but sometimes, you know, you can fuck one girl and that basically gets you another trophy, another score, another notch in your belt, in the bedpost, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it your TS, your total score, or to your LC, your leg count. You can add that +1 to your leg count, and then basically after that you can go back down, meet another girl, take her back upstairs and fuck her. Now you have basically +2 for the day. That's how you rack up your total score. Another big element of my game is that I like to use social media, my fame, you know, the fact that I was on a magazine cover. Even though that was over 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. You know, you show that picture to a girl on her phone and say, yeah, I'm a dating coach, I was on the cover of 7 magazine. That will instantly create attraction with the woman. It instantly lets her know that I'm somebody important, that I'm high value, that I'm high status. And girls usually will fuck me within a couple minutes of meeting me just after showing them the magazine. So I would definitely recommend Fame Game. I don't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube, I don't feel like. I've got about 20,000, right? But to a lot of girls, if they don't have a YouTube, to them, sometimes that's a lot. That instantly exudes status, high value, fame, right? Popularity. To a girl, that's attractive. 10,000, 20,000 subs, they'll suck your dick for that. They'll fuck you for that. So if I'm trying to fuck the girl fast, I definitely like to display something like that. She might say, what do you do? And I say, oh, you know, I give dating advice. I was on the cover of this magazine, and I'll show her that. That's called a DHV, a demonstration of higher value, or a DHV spike, a demonstration of higher value spike. And I like to embed those in my conversation. Basically what I want to do is go from here to here in her mind as fast as possible. And so as I approach the girl, the first thing I want to do is I want to establish like a man to woman connection. And so I'm not going to just be like, hey, what's up? You know, how's your day? Hey, who's playing, the Steelers? I don't want to have a casual conversation. I usually approach with, hey, you know, real quick, super random, I saw you from over there, I thought you were super cute and I wanted to come meet you, my name's Ryan. Real fast, I'm establishing that I like you, that I see something I like, and I'm trying to pursue you. But I'm also establishing at the same time, you're not the center of my life, you're not the star on the Christmas tree, right? You're just another ornament. I thought you were cute, I gotta get going, but I wanted to meet you. I gotta get back to my friends. I like to throw out what's called an FTC, a false time constraint. And so basically that just means I do that to minimize the discomfort within the target, the set that I'm working, because it lets her know that I'm not going to just stay there and keep talking to her. I'm just kind of saying, hey, I thought you're cute, I got to get going in a second, but you know, how's your day going? Right? So as I approach, I false time constraint, I FTC. I also non-verbally FTC by body rocking. I shift my body to make it look like I'm about to leave, because that preserves my value. That means instead of approaching her head on and just looking at her and being like, hi, how's your day going, right? Like I'm some creepy weirdo that's gonna just stay around. I'm a guy who has an important life with friends and important things to do. I'm a high value person. I do see something that I like, so I'm gonna let you know, hey, I thought you're cute, but I do gotta get going to a business meeting. I do gotta get back to my friends. I do got to get to work in a second. Okay, so I'm letting her know that I like you, I want you, but I don't need you. I've got other shit to do. And if you like me too, then let's trade information real quick, and then we'll go from there, right? I also like to throw that into my sarge. Sarge is sarging, means hunt for pussy. And so, like, you know, as I'm working my set, I like to basically say something like, instead of let me get your phone number because that sounds needy, I would rather just say, yeah, let's trade information and we'll catch up later. To me, I just feel that sounds so much better rather than being a needy, like, beta male simp who's like, oh, can I have your phone number? Can I take you out to a dinner sometime? I'm more like, yeah, let's trade information, we'll catch up later. That, of course, gets the phone number, and that gets her into my phone so that I can text her. So basically, when it comes to text game, now that I have the girl's phone number, I have all these optimal text responses. I know exactly, in most cases, what the girl is going to text or what I should text, and I know the most optimal response to text back to get her on a date. And I explain all that in the book, of course. So you gotta understand that the purpose of texting the girl, again, is not about just texting and texting. How's your day going? What kind of music do you like? Getting to know the girl is for the date. Okay, texting is just for logistical purposes. That's really key, because a lot of guys will just sit there and text, and they'll send her memes and, you know, how's your day going? How's work going? And they just keep talking. And meanwhile, again, that's inaccuracy, because you're just throwing out these extra moves instead of just texting her for logistical purposes. Basically giving her, you know, this is where I want to meet up. This is the address of the bar that we're going to go to. This is the address of my house where I want you to go, right? Texting is more like, hey, how's your day going? Hey, I'm going to be going over to this bar. You should come hang out. Here's the address. Boom, get the girl to the bar. That eliminates all the bullshit of texting her or calling her on the phone. Hey, what's up? Okay, all that is a waste of your time. You want to use texting, again, for logistical purposes only. Give the girl the directions, the who, what, when, where, why, and how, like the facts, the information that she needs to get to meet up with you. And then once you have her at either a bar or wherever, or a coffee shop, you're gonna have a drink. Maybe you guys are gonna have coffee at a Starbucks, or you're gonna just basically text her and be like, yeah, I'm just chilling at my house. You want to kick it, watch a movie, split a bottle of wine. Okay, so one way or the other, you're either gonna get basically a public date or a private date. Once that's been established, and ideally, of course, the public date is you having coffee or drinks at a bar or you're having some food. That's going to just lead you back to the house anyway. So if you can eliminate this move and just go straight to, hey, I'm kicking it at my house. You want to come over and have some drinks. You want to smoke some weed, right? You want to kick it. You want to chill. Watch some YouTube videos. Watch some TikTok videos, whatever. If you get her to go back to your house without having to go on a date in the first place, that eliminates all of that. That gets you to the checkmate faster. And then again, once the girl's to your house, when she's here, I have a series of things that I do that basically set the seduction frame and lead me to the sex. That's going to be, she comes to the house, we have some drinks, I have specific music playlists to kind of set the mood. I have a bunch of specific movies, and I talk about, again, all this in the book. I give you the exact playlist, YouTube videos, and DVDs and things and videos that you should buy on Amazon that will create attraction with the woman instead of just saying like, yeah, let's watch Harry Potter, right? A woman will love to watch Harry Potter with you when a guy says, yeah, come over to my house and watch a movie. Unfortunately, Harry Potter is not going to get the girl in a sexual mood. She's going to act, Harry Potter is so good that she'll want to watch the movie and she's not going to be focusing on, you putting moves on her. She's more like, oh wow, Harry Potter, this is cool. And then, of course, you get put into friend zone because you're watching kind of this, childish movie. You need to put on a movie that's not overtly sexual. Okay, you don't want to come off as like a pervert. You don't want to be like, yeah, come over and watch some Pornhub with me. You don't want to come over and be like, yeah, let's watch some Pornhub or some RedTube, right? You want to put on a movie that has some slight sexual themes. Again, I gave a whole list. Ryan's top 10 movies that you should watch to put her in the mood is in the book. I put on a certain movie. We have some drinks, we get a little tipsy, then the foreplay begins. The kissing, the making out, starting to take off her shirt, moving to second base, which is, tits, moving to third base, finger bang, eating the girl out, getting a blowjob, having her stroke my cock, jack me off, right? And then laying on her back and get the sex. This is where a lot of guys fuck up, because they think, oh, I need to fuck her for an hour. I need to be the best in bed. No. This is your first date. Okay, you want to give her a good fucking, but you want to save a little bit for the relationship. Or if you're just trying to get laid, there's no reason for you to do anything extreme anyway. Like, this isn't a circus act. You're not trying to do, turn her upside down and do upside down wheelbarrow sex on the first date. Or BDSM, pulling out the whips and the chains. The first date, the first lay is just about establishing the relationship as a sexual relationship. So lay her on her back, missionary position, get your dick inside of her, fuck her for about between 8 to 22 minutes, roughly. Ideally, like 14 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, 22, like around in that time frame. Get a nut, and that's it. Now that you have the sex, now that can lead you to the option of either making her your girlfriend, right? Because the second your dickhead touches the pussy lips, that counts, right? A lot of people say, well, does just the tip count? Well, okay, if you were in a kitchen cooking, chopping up some cucumbers, and you cut the tip of your finger off, does it count? Yeah, it fucking counts. Okay, just the tip counts, right? As soon as the tip of your dick touches the pussy lips, you got a +1 to your lay count. That now sets a sexual frame. Now you're not just friends. Now you're not just, buddies hanging out, watching a movie, having a drink. You are in a sexual relationship now, and she can never unfuck you. Okay, that's just how it is. That's how you get that score, right? So you fuck the girl, and now you enter a new phase called retention, right? So you're in this retention relationship management phase now, where you have the choice to either, I like the way the girl sucks my dick. I like the way her pussy's really tight. I enjoy her company. She talks about interesting things. Yeah, I want to make her my girlfriend. Or I want to put her on rotation. I want to date her, but I'm also going to date other girls. Or I'm going to add her into my harem of all the girls that I'm dating, right? Or you could just ghost her ass. Hey, it was fun. I got to work in the morning. I'll give you a call. She leaves, and then the next day you wake up and basically you get back on Tinder and you get a new girl the next day. Okay? So anyway, that's the type of game that I run personally in my own life. If you like the way that I do it, then do it. And I teach you how to do all that in the book. Or if you're a guy who's like, man, I just want a girlfriend, I just want to find love, I can show you how to do that too. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, one more thing. Like I said, we could talk for 10 hours about this, of how I do it, but I just kind of want to give you guys, I don't know, just a little insight into the way that I work and my specific goals and objectives on the way that I play the game personally. Fashion, okay? I like to dress up over the top. PUAs call it peacocking. Generally, there's the stereotypical mystery method peacocking with the black nails and the goggles, and that's fine. For me personally, what I like to do is wear things like glow sticks. I like to wear fur coats. I like to dress very fashionable, but I want to have something else that stands out. Like I may wear, like, if I wear shorts and a t-shirt, I'm also going to have like a bright orange lei, and I'm going to like put sparkly shit in my hair with like cool, you know, Prada glasses or something like that. And basically, if you don't know what peacocking is, the whole idea is that basically it makes you stand out amongst all the other men, all the other male competition in the club. You got to understand that every man in the club is competing. We're all trying to get laid. We all trying to meet women and bust a nut. Like I've said in other videos about female sexual selection, men, we want to try to get anything we can get for the higher statistical probability of the survival of our genes and genetics. Versus women, they see all the guys in the club, and then they all want to fuck basically the best guy, the top guy, the top tier guy, the guy who's the tallest, who's the best looking, you know, looks like a male model, who has the most money, power, resources, social status, etc. And basically all the women will want to fuck that guy, or basically the group of the top guys in there. And everybody else gets nothing. So the idea behind peacocking is that if I walk into a club with a glow stick, it makes me more visible. Now girls are like, who is that guy? Who's that guy with the glow stick and the mohawk, right? Who's that guy in the club wearing the shades with the glow stick and the mohawk and the shiny shirt and the blinged out shoes? And when you put all of it together, the women will stop seeing all of the other guys, and then they focus on you. Whether they like you or not is not the point. The point is to get their attention. So like a peacock spreads his tail feathers. Whether you like the peacock or not, you see the fucking peacock. So anyway, that's called peacocking. And so like I like to just dress very outlandish and over the top. Sometimes I have all kinds of fucking raver beads on. I don't sit in my house. You know, you can see me, I'm in my house right now. I'm just wearing jeans and a t-shirt and a hat. It is fashionable, it matches. It's got a chest set and a chest shirt and a necklace. I'm fashionable that way. Like I like all my brands to match. I like all my medals. This is like a black medal. If I was wearing rings, then I would want them to match this. It would be like, so it kind of looks the way a store mannequin would wear it, all the same brands. You should have a look that's like very well thought out and well put together. Women notice that stuff. Shoes. If your shoes aren't shined, there will be women, even if you're a tall and good looking guy, even if you're a fucking 10 out of 10 Chad, sometimes women will look at the back of your shoes and they'll see they're not shined and they're like, yeah, I don't like that guy. And you're like, why? His shoes aren't shined. So having shiny shoes, like brand name shoes, don't wear a Walmart shit. You know, just if you're gonna, there's a difference between wearing jeans and a t-shirt from Walmart and wearing designer jeans and a designer t-shirt, right? There really is. To women, they notice the difference in the status. They know that guy makes $35,000 a year, that guy makes $350,000 a year. And they're going to choose this guy. They're going to always choose the better guy, because women are hypergamous. They always want to date across or up. They always want a guy who's better than them in terms of looks, social economic status, wealth. Like they want the best out of the best. Okay, so if you want hot women, like, you got to become the best. If you want to date 10 out of 10 Stacy, if you want to date fucking high caliber stunner quality women, then you need to be a 10 out of 10 guy, right? You want to become the best, and then you'll attract the best. If you're just some fucking schmuck who works at Walmart and dresses in jeans and a t-shirt and doesn't know how to talk to women, then it's over for you. You're not going to get any pussy. So that's just the way that it is. So Dress fashionable when you go out. All eyes on you. Always take the path of least resistance. Liquid method. Do whatever it takes to get it done. Learn how to handle objections. When you're dealing with women, remember the goal. Okay, don't lose sight of the goal. The goal is to fuck the girl. That's the whole point of dating, is to get laid. It's not to take a girl on a bunch of dates. Just like in chess, it's not to make a bunch of moves. It's about making all the right moves that are going to get you the checkmate, that are going to get you to win. Status game as well. I talked about this earlier when I said, you know, showing the cover of the magazine, showing my YouTube, subscriber count, followers on Instagram. I have 7,000 followers. That's enough for girls to suck your dick. You don't need to have millions of followers. A girl will check your Instagram. Okay, that's the first thing they're going to do in 2023. They're going to want to know who you are and why they should date you and why they should talk to you. Why are you worth talking to? And they're going to look at your followers. You need to make sure that you have a lot more followers than people you're following. Okay, so it should be like 10 to 1. If you have 700 people, for example, following you, then you should be following maybe about 50 to 70, maybe 90, right? So that's like a 10 to 1 ratio. If you have like 10,000 followers, then you could follow like maybe, you know, 100 to 700 to 1,000 people. So that's still like a 10 to 1 ratio. The girl's gonna look, she wants to know that you're a leader, not a follower. She wants to know that people follow you and that you're worth following, and she wants to see high quality pictures. If you're a guy who has an Instagram that's on private, it's over for you. If you're a guy who has an Instagram and it's like a meme picture and then it's like a bunch of little memes, it's over for you. Okay, girls don't want that. They want a guy with high quality pictures, great selfies, from a professional camera, professional photographer. You need to have value, right? People need to be following you. They need to see social proof. If you don't have an Instagram or if you're not on social media, that's one of the first things that you need to do. You need to establish a social media presence. That's going to help you to create attraction. And try to get yourself to about like 500 followers or 1,200 followers, which you can literally do in a couple of days. Let's say you get 500 people to follow you, make sure that you're only following about 50. That's going to make you look popular, in demand. That's going to be attractive to women. And make sure that you have high quality pictures. If you have to get a professional photographer on Craigslist, it costs like $100. He'll shoot a bunch of pictures. Start with that. If you guys have seen my best-selling book, 10 Steps to Success, it's a great book. I recommend it. I teach all kinds of stuff about how to increase your productivity. I teach you the exact techniques of how to become more successful, how to make more money, how to get more girls, how to basically improve yourself with business, with women, and with life. But most importantly for me, you got to understand that I also use this as an attraction trigger for women, because when a woman sees bestseller, it means to a woman money. This guy's got money. When she sees the word success with a picture of me in a suit going like this, status, success, right? As soon as a woman sees that, this guy's got money. This guy's high value. He's accomplished. He's ambitious. He's written a book. Women suck my dick and let me fuck them when I show them that cover of that book. I'm not joking. I've literally been talking to a girl and she will be giving me resistance. She says, who's this guy? And then she, what do you do? Oh, I'm a self-help author. This is my new best-selling book, 10 Steps to Success. It's on Amazon. Really? Boom. Instant DHV. Huge DHV. Well, you know, monstrous fucking DHV. And as soon as the girl sees that, it creates the attraction. Next thing you know, I'm taking her to a fucking toilet or to the park. The last girl I showed it to, I took her up to a parking structure. We were on Fremont Street. And she showed her that book. We started making out a couple minutes later, and I said, yeah, let's go for a walk. Let's go get some cigarettes, and we'll go get a drink. I didn't want to pay for drinks in the bar because they're like $14. They have these things in Vegas called ABC stores where you can go buy like a $3 beer. So I said, okay, we'll get some cigarettes and we'll get some beer. And then from there, we walked up to the parking structure, and I have this spot on Fremont Street where you take a girl. I have a little routine where we look at the Fremont Street from the top of the parking. It's like 7 stories up, and you can look at the buildings and stand behind her and kind of do the back hug, and then you can kind of kiss and share a cigarette and do a little shotgun kiss. And then there's basically the place that I take it to, my secret spot. There's like a stairwell, and there's no cameras. And so then I just take the girl in there and I fuck her in there. Basically put her hands over the rail, take her pants down, and then enter her from behind, fuck her real quick, get a nut, and then after that, then I dip, right? I bounce, and then I was like, okay, that was fun. Hey, we can go back to the club. Maybe we dance a little more. Maybe I get her phone number, and then kind of wander off. Like, I text her later and say, oh yeah, I didn't know what happened to you. I saw you. I was at the bar, and I didn't know where you went. And then I block her from my phone, and then it's like I get the +1 for my lay, and then I can go on with my life. So again, always keep your eyes on the prize. Be focused on your objective and what you're doing and the type of game that you're running and what you're trying to do. Like, what's the purpose of talking to this girl? The purpose is to fuck her. So eliminate all the extra moves. Don't talk about stupid shit. Don't bring up stuff like religion, politics, anything controversial that could potentially turn the girl off. Okay? The whole point is to turn the girl on. Conversation should always be fun and flirty. Shouldn't be serious. Remember that men are logical and women are emotional. So if you start talking about very logical things, you're going to turn the girl off. If you take the conversation too serious, if you start getting into a debate, like, oh, it should be this way, or, well, Trump said this, and I believe in this kind of foreign policy. Dude, women don't care. If you do that, it's over for you. It'll be 100% over for you. The girl will be like, this guy's boring, this guy's too serious, this is not fun. I'm going to go find another guy who's fun and flirty. So you always want to be talking to the girl, like bringing value, be in an upbeat mood, be positive. Don't take anything too serious. Just have fun, crack jokes, okay? Talk some shit, like, and always kind of twist the conversation and turn it sexual. Kind of like revving the engine of a car, right? Because you don't want to be overtly sexual, right? You didn't like showing her your dick or something like that. But for example, the girl says, it was a long day at work, and you turn to her and you go, "Do you like it long?" Right? She says, "Man, that was really hard." "Do you like it hard?" "I bet you like it hard." Something like that, right? And she said, "Oh, we were hiking. We were at the Grand Canyon. Oh, it was huge." And then you basically say, like, "Yeah, that's what she said." Okay? So little things like that, implying that's what she said about your huge dick. Says, "I had a long, hard day at work." Say, "Do you like it long and hard?" Anything like that. You're basically just turning up that sexual energy. It's like revving the engine of a car. Right? Getting it warmed up. Of course, you're always wanting to be climbing up the Kino escalation ladder. That's something important to keep in mind. Know where you're at in terms of how far you've gone physically with the girl and how far you still have to go to get the sex. How much physical compliance is she giving you? If I just met the girl, I want to break the physical barrier as soon as possible. I want to give her a fist bump. I want to give her a high five. I want to give her, a handshake. "Hey, what's up? It's good to meet you." I want to do something to establish a physical connection between us as fast as possible. If I'm talking to her right away, I might tap her on the arm. So I'm starting to get on that first rung of that Kino ladder. Kino is short for kinesthetics, meaning touch. So I want to tap her on the arm or on the shoulder right here. From there, we want to maybe, if we're in a club, the next possible thing would be maybe dancing. Now I'm kind of like have my hand on her hip, so we're kind of grinding a little bit. Maybe our cheeks touch. The next thing is going to be something like hugging, the first kiss. Usually like a small peck or like a light French kiss, about 1 to 3 seconds. After that is more like deep French kissing. After that is going into foreplay, where you're like sucking on the titties. Next thing is taking off your shirt. The next thing is going to be third base, anything below the waist, right? So that's getting a blowjob, having her jack you off, finger banging her, eating her out, and then sex, vaginal penetration, and then anal, right? And then beyond that is things like threesomes, right? And it goes on and on. Sex, you'll get at about 50% compliance, right? So from 0 is like, I haven't even touched the girl. 50% roughly is vaginal sex. A little bit more is going to be like anal sex. A little bit more than that is like letting you fuck one of her friends or getting like a foursome or, the BDSM stuff, whips and chains or whatever. Like it's going to go beyond that. But when you're first doing pickup, it's like, how do I go from not touching her to touching her? How do I go from the first touch of like a fist bump or a handshake to the first kiss? How do I go from the first kiss to getting into foreplay where I'm taking off her shirt and sucking on her tits? How do I get from that stage to getting her to give me head? How do I go from getting head to getting her to lay on her back and stick my dick in her? So again, it's like a ladder that you're climbing up, right? So First little touch, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then you get the sex. Of course, if she becomes your girlfriend, then you're going to go beyond that. Now you're going to start fucking her in the ass. Now you're going to get her to bring her friends over on your birthday or Christmas and give you a three-way. Now you're going to get more compliance to where she understands that you're a man who likes to fuck a lot of girls, and while she's at home cooking and cleaning, she knows that you're out at the club fucking other girls, and she doesn't care, and then you could still come home and she's still going to let you fuck her, right? So those are like further levels of compliance. Further levels beyond that is, getting her to buy you things, getting her to buy you a car, getting her to pay your rent, getting her to fill your fridge with groceries. Again, I've done all this stuff. I teach you how to do this in the book. Those are levels of game like beyond the sex. So I say it's one thing to be a pickup artist and meet a girl and get laid. It's a whole other thing to be a real player where not only are you getting sex from the girl, but she's also bringing girls for you to fuck and have threesomes with, and buying you a fur coat, or buying you a car, or paying your rent, or filling your fridge with groceries, or buying you jewelry. When you're getting sex from the girl and she's buying you like cars and clothes, now you're a real player. Now you got real game. Now you're on my level. Let's close this with one more fun tip, I guess, or experience or something like that you can maybe apply to your own life. For example, don't be jealous. Okay, get rid of jealousy entirely. Sometimes girls will test you. They'll say, oh yeah, this guy, he bought me flowers, he's going to take me on a date. Don't get jealous. You just be like, oh, that's cute. Well, what are you doing after your date? She'll say, I don't know. Well, after he buys you dinner, why don't you pick up a 6-pack of beer and come meet me in my house? Okay, you say shit like that. So now the girl's kind of like, oh, he's not even jealous. He doesn't care. And literally, this is from a real life experience. The girl was out on a date. This guy was literally buying her like a $200 fucking Olive Garden meal, pasta. Sorry, the other camera died. I'm just gonna finish this up right here. But basically, the guy was buying her like a $200 fucking Olive Garden, and pasta, shrimp, drinks, all that kind of shit, pina coladas, whatever. And she was like, yeah, this guy's buying me dinner or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, when you're done, why don't you get a 6-pack of beer and bring it over to my house, and we'll hang out, watch a movie. Literally, this guy paid like $200 for her dinner, got her drunk, $14 drinks, total fucking simp, right? And afterward, she got a 6-pack of beer and a frozen pizza, came over to my house, and then we fucked, right? So that guy is paying for her dinner like a simp, paying for her drinks, and then he's going home probably jerking off to her picture under his pillow, and she's telling him like, yeah, that was so sweet. You're a very nice guy. Yeah, I'll call you. Right? Left him in the dust, came over to suck my dick, and let me fuck. Okay, so that's some real player shit. That's the type of game that you should be running. Anyway, man, I wish the other camera would have kept going because I had a lot more to say. But this video is kind of long enough anyway. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments in the box below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Check out my channel. There's like hundreds of these videos. You'll learn a lot of shit. And make sure to check out my book on Amazon. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.